Catastrophizing is a cognitive disorder where an individual magnifies and exaggerates the potential negative outcome of a situation, often perceiving them as much worse than they actually are. Somebody has a minor headache and they catastrophize a belief that they actually have some life-threatening brain tumor. Or a person sees themselves at a party greatly embarrassing themselves or being rejected by everyone. After a minor disagreement in a relationship, a person develops the belief that their relationship is doomed and they're destined to live alone forever. A small, unexpected expense might lead to thoughts of bankruptcy or homelessness. In each of these situations, the individual is blowing the situation out of proportion, focusing solely on the worst possible outcome and disregarding more realistic and positive alternatives. Treating catastrophizing typically begins with identifying and challenging irrational thought patterns. Psychologists call this cognitive restructuring, where the client is encouraged to challenge this automatic negative thought and replace it with more balanced, realistic ones. This then moves to developing the skill of self-regulation. Now, athletes are really good at this. If they catastrophize a situation, it's probably going to end bad for them. They've learned to live in the present moment, to focus their mind. They learn to take deep breaths, to keep their body loose. These are all skills of self-regulation that helps them stay collected in a very intense situation. This practice or skill can also be developed in your life as well. The last thing that I'll share that can help you break this cycle is graded exposure. Gradually exposing the individual to the feared situation or stimuli can help desensitize them to the perceived catastrophes, demonstrating that the outcomes are not as severe as feared. A friend of mine struggled with panic attacks when he would go into a grocery store. So his therapist used this graded exposure to help him overcome and show him that his fears are really irrational. So the therapist instructed my friend to just go to the store and park the car. Don't get out, just park the car and sit there for a few minutes. So he did that the first day to confront his fear, then he went home. The second day he came back and he was instructed to park the car and then just step inside the store and then go home. On the third day, he was to go inside the store and try to go to the first aisle. That gradual exposure began to confront his fears, and he began to see that they were irrational, and he began to get a handle on this catastrophizing that was controlling his life. It can be helpful to actually have friends around you that can help you identify this catastrophizing. They might just say something simple as, hey, you're doing it again. They can help you pinpoint it. Not trying to judge you, but just trying to help you stay accountable to rewiring your brain and learning to think in a way that is clear-headed and rational.